everyone! Happy Friday evening if you're watching me live tonight. Thanks for joining. Hello. Um, so welcome to my Periscope, which is the fifth part actually of a summer dress season that I've been doing during July. So those of you that don't know me and are joining me for the first time, my name is Lauren and I own a fabric shop in Birmingham and I sew loads of my own clothes. I love sewing and I like sharing my tips with you as well. So during the month of July, I've been doing like a special series on my blog, and the link's in my profile for that. And the series has all been about summer dresses, and I've been showing you all lots of different summer dresses. And then today was the last one. I feel really sad about that. And it was the cute everyday dress that I was blogging about. And for that, I chose the Tilly and the Buttons, the new one, the Bettine pattern. So that's what I'm wearing today. Thanks for joining, everyone. So I'm going to chat to you a little bit about that, and then from my Periscope that I did the other night, thanks for those of you who joined into that as well. Some people asked me a few other questions as well, so but I'm happy to answer any questions about the summer dresses. You can see them on the rail behind me here. I've got samples of all the indie sewing patterns, so if anybody if anybody wants to ask me questions about that, then that's fine. Hi from Sweden. Okay, so first of all, the Bettine dress. So this is what, hi from Canada, hi Canada. So this is what I've got on just now. You can see it's like a kimono sleeve here. So it's really easy to make because the bodice is just all in one piece. So this is just all one bit of fabric here that gives you the sleeve. So it's nice and easy, and then it has this sort of like nice relaxed feeling at the side. And then it's got this ruching, elasticated waist, so there's no fastenings, you just pull it on and off over your head. And then it's got nice deep pockets as well. So the pockets are an option, you don't have to do the pockets. You can do it just a plain skirt as well, which is quite nice. And then it's got these really cute little tabs at the side, so it's like a little cuff and then a little sort of epaulette that comes up with just a button. So there's not actually a buttonhole there. Thanks for the hearts. It's just like a little button that's sewn on just to be sort of decorative. And it's got a facing as well. So I know the sleeve detail is really nice. So it's got a facing, so you can't see it because it's inside, but the facing helps to keep the shape of the neckline. And I've done that in the contrasting fabric as well. And then also the inside of my pockets, can you see that, is also that. So obviously you don't have to, but it's just nice to add a little bit of detail. So the fabric that I used for this it's a linen and rayon mix. So it was this one here. It's a Robert Kaufman. It's called Brussels washer yarn dyed, and it's linen and rayon. Oh, that was a mouthful. And it comes in this flax colour, so that's what I've worn, but I also have it in quite a few other colours as well. So I've also got it in this nice grey colour, which is really nice too. And both of these fabrics are on offer, so if you're just joining us, hi, I'm just doing a little, I know it's a really nice colour, so yeah, if you're just joining us, hi, and we're doing a little bit of a roundup of a summer dress season blog post about sewing your own clothes, so I am going to be talking about sewing a lot, so I hope everybody watching likes that. So then for the little detail, I used a Liberty Tanalon. I used this one, which is one of the really classic prints. It's the Betsy print, and it comes in various different colourways, but I chose the green for this one. I think it's really nice. So that's what I've used for my dress. So it does have to be, it can't really be too thick, the fabric that you use to make this dress, just because you know it's all one piece and you don't want it too thick here. So this would be the thickest that you would go really, but I've got another couple of viscoses that I've put in the offer as well for this week. So if you go onto my blog, which is guthrie-gani.co.uk, the link's in my profile, and then you'll see the full blog post there. You'll see all the fabrics with the links to the ones that are on offer. So I've got these two ones here. This one's called Jackson Purple, and you can see it's got a lot of movement in it. So when you kind of like move it around, shake it around, and you know it doesn't crease or crumple up. It's not going to be too thick, so it's got a really nice drape to it, that one. And then this one is the same. It's called Blue Illusion. It's like a digital print. It's really fun as well. And it's the same, like you can see how much movement that's got, so that's going to work really well for a garment that's like this. that's those two fabrics there. So then I had a request from somebody who watched in the other night to talk about the Davy dress again. So I wanted to just show you those two. The Davy dress, for those of you that don't know it, it's this Sewaholic pattern one here. It's a really nice dress. I've got a couple of versions and I totally love them. It's made out of jersey fabric, so that's fabric that's stretchy, but obviously you can get different weights of fabric, and I've made it in two different types of weights. So I've made it in quite a thin, lightweight fabric, and then I've also made it in a bit of a thicker Ponte Roma fabric as well. So I want to just show you the difference between them, because it can give the overall dress a bit of a different sort of look and feel to it. So first of all, I'm going to show you the one that I made out of the thinner jersey. So this is it here. Now you can see if I sort of move this around, this fabric is quite thin, and you know, it's got a lot of sort of drape and movement to it, and it makes the skirt section, it really hangs quite straight down. It doesn't really hold its shape that much. Which just gives you a bit of a straighter look. You can see from the technical drawing that the skirt is quite full here, but just because you see that on the technical drawing doesn't mean it's going to stay that shape. Depending on the weight of the fabric that you use, the fabric will sort of fall into different positions. So this one's nice and light, so it just sort of hangs straight down. And then the other one that I've got is this one, which is made in the thicker Ponte Roma. So you can see it still sort of waves a little bit, but it's holding its shape. If I just hold that back a little bit more, it's holding its shape a little bit more. It's sort of sticking out a little bit more, which just gives it a sort of different look and feel. So this fabric is just a bit thicker. So this one's a Ponte Roma, and it's a much more stable knitted fabric. So if you're new to sewing with jersey, this one's really good to start with, because it just is easier to control. Basically, when you've got a thinner jersey, it tends to sort of slide and move all over the place, which is, you can cope with it, but if you're totally new to it, then the thicker stuff is a little bit easier. So that is the Davy dress there. Obviously when you're sewing with jersey, you need to change the needle, type of needle that you use on your sewing machine. So you need to use a ballpoint needle so that it punches through the fabric rather than stabbing it. It stops you from getting holes or any ladders in the fabric. And you also need to change your stitch as well. So the stitch has to be able to stretch with the fabric. So you need to put it on quite a long and thin zigzag stitch, just so that when you stretch the fabric, the stitches stretch as well and they don't snap. So that's why it's not a good idea to use a straight stitch for constructing the garment in the first place. So that's the two Davy dresses. But I've got all the other dresses back here, so if anybody wants me to show any of them, then I can do. I also had a request, because I'm going to put this video on, do you top stitch in the zigzag too? You can do, but obviously then you're going to see a zigzag, so you might not want to see that. I actually top stitched in a straight stitch at the neckline. You can see I'm just in a straight stitch there, and that's fine because I don't really need my neckline to stretch that much. So it's fine to do there. You could also do it with a twin needle that stretches a little bit. So you can zigzag in a zigzag. I've actually got a dress here. This is one of Tilly's other patterns, and I top stitched with a zigzag. It's maybe easier to see on the cuff. You see that? That's the zigzag there in the top stitching of the hem. So you can do, just obviously you're going to see that, which might be fine. Good question though. So yeah, because I'm going to put this video on YouTube later for everybody to see if they're not on Periscope yet. Somebody actually asked me how to get onto Periscope. This is maybe going to be a bit boring if you're already on it. No problem, Becca. This is maybe a bit boring if you're already on Periscope, but I'll be brief. So how to find me, because some people might be watching on the link that gets tweeted out or whatever. So if you want to find me on Periscope, you want to follow me, then you need to download the Periscope app. So somebody actually asked me how to find the Periscope app in the first place. Just go to App Store and search Periscope, and it's the first one that comes up. As far as I know, you can only get Periscope on Apple devices. Somebody might be able to correct me on that one. I don't think it's come to Android yet. Feel free to shout out if I've missed something. And then once you're actually in Periscope, I'm going to show you on my husband's phone here. Let's see, where is the app? There it is there. Once you're on Periscope, then what you want to do is just click on the little people icon that's there. Click on, oh god, there's reflections. Click on the little people thing. Oh, it is on Android. Thanks. I totally didn't know that. Yeah, so you click on the little people thing there, and then see the search one at the top. You just press that, and then just type in my name, which is Lauren. It's Lauren Guthrie. Guthrie, and then there's me at the top, Lauren Guthrie. So you see my thing there, and then you can follow me. So if you're new to Periscope, then please come and follow me on there as well. And then it means you can watch the videos live, and then of course you can comment as well and ask me questions as I'm chatting. So thanks for joining in, everyone. Thanks for those of you that gave me lovely hearts. If you're watching the replay, you can send me a heart as well. You just need to tap the screen. If you're not sure how Periscope works in that way, just tap the screen. So I think that's it. Please, can we see the Dahlia again? Yeah, sure. The Dahlia is this one. So this is the Dahlia here. So it's got a different different sleeve again. It's got a raglan sleeve. So this is a kimono sleeve because it's like an extension thing. It's just part of the bodice. And then this is a raglan one because it's got this sort of diagonal seam that comes up here. But yeah, this is the Dahlia. So it's got bias binding at the neckline. It's gathered here. It's got this sort of waistband section. And then it's hard to see because this fabric's dark, but it's got little tucks in the skirt bit as well. It's nice. It's a really nice one. The neck's quite wide on it, so just be aware of that if you're making it. So yeah, that one is the Dahlia. Just let me know if you want any more specific questions answered. So on the subject of sleeves, we had kimono, raglan, and then that one is the set-in sleeve. That's a set-in sleeve there. So the seam comes up a bit straighter. I took the neck in a bit in the Dahlia. I know, well, actually, I made this one to fit me, and it is too wide for me as well, and I've been like meaning to unpick it and gather it more at the front and put the binding in, but you know how it goes. It's just hard. Like, there's so many dresses I want to make, and like to go back to one is like really hard to motivate yourself to do. But yeah, no. Well done you unpicked it all, like hands up, that's awesome. You're better than me at going back to projects. But yeah, for those of you that are thinking about the Dahlia, you can learn from our lessons. The neck's quite wide. Okay, I'll put that one back on again. So I think that's everything I had planned to tell you, but any last requests before I go? I am actually going to Scotland for a week tomorrow, so I'm probably not going to be periscoping up there, but I'll be back with you the week after, and obviously this will be on YouTube anyway, so you can always watch it back. All of my other ones as well, so I had 4 other videos that were about summer dresses and different dresses that I'd made. They are all on my YouTube channel as well, so if you want to catch up on them, then you can. Oh, thank you, love the summer dress blog. What's in store for autumn? That's a secret. You need to just like keep tuned. I've got lots of ideas, but yeah, I don't want to spoil anything. No spoilers. So I'm like a lot. Like, thanks so much, guys, for like following my blog and commenting and everything. It means a lot, and I hope it gives you inspiration and gives you ideas for making your own summer dress. But I'm going to say bye for now, and thanks again, and see you next time. Bye.